Yeah! It's the Hardcore Kid's birthday, everybody! Oh wait, I can't spray the water out my mouth anymore. We need the social distance. Hold on, let's redo that. 1 second. Social distancing, everybody. You need the social distance. Social distance. Purify yourselves. Mistletoe. God damn, I keep forgetting. We need the social distance. Give me 1 sec. Mistletoe. We good? What is going on, guys? It is G-Dog back with another video for you guys. I got something very special for today planned. Today, in honor of the Hardcore Kid Alex G, the 7-time, I want to say, maybe 6-time, I don't even know, multiple-time ESW champion, the multiple-time Anarchy champion. I am losing my track of words. Today is the Hardcore Kid's birthday, September 18th, and today I wanted to throw a little bit of a special video for him. In honor of his 28th birthday. Today, I'm going to be counting down my top 10 favorite Alex G matches in ESW history. I was originally going to do a tutorial for you guys on how to make a cosplay like, you know, how to dress like his attire, but unfortunately, I cannot find the shirt that I need for that, so I don't want to delay things, and I don't want to, you know, weird things out. I just want to let y'all know, I did indeed talk to Alex G, and he said, you know what, go ahead, do that, that's alright. And a little bit of a minor, little small surprise. This is not official, but I did get in contact with Alex G if he wanted to do an over-the-phone interview for my YouTube channel. So, you know, he has not confirmed it yet. He's a very busy weekend because it's his birthday. But, you know, that might be happening. Be on the lookout. If it does not happen, I am sorry. But, anyway, back on track. Today we're going to be counting down top 10 best Alex G matches. Now, in real quick, these are my personal opinion. You don't need to go ape shit on me because, you know, I didn't put your number one at, you know, on the list. I didn't put your least favorite, or I put your least favorite on the match. These are all just opinions. Why the fuck is the wind blowing at this moment? But this is just opinion. None of this is fact. So, you know, I hope you guys enjoy my list as much as I do. So, without further ado, excuse me, I got a burp. Let's start off with the honorable mentions. I actually only have one honorable mention. And yes, I am keeping my wrist tape on. I only have one honorable mention for you guys, and that honorable mention is Alex G versus Old School Giddens at WrestleFest 4. I've heard it's a very stellar, fantastic match, and from the clips I've seen of it, it looked like a fantastic match. Unfortunately, the match is not out fully. It's not been, you know, it's not been shown to us in full. So, you know, unfortunately, I had to leave it as an honorable mention. But without further ado, let's get on with the top 10 list already. Number 10, Alex G versus Wicked J versus Osiris at Hardcore Kid's Birthday Bash 2. Now, again, I'm putting this one low on the list because this, again, was a match that was never shown to us in full, unless it's on Patreon, I don't know. But this still had a little bit of minor flaws because this has been the backyard era of ESW, but the match is still overall very decent. The most that I've gotten from this match is the recap and that ending scene where Alex G throws Wicked J off the top of the scaffolding and he falls through 2 tables. That, you know, incredible match. But from what I've seen, the match has actually looked like a very stellar, very well put together match, and I wish that it would have been released to us because that would have been awesome. At number 9, I'm throwing in Alex G versus Old School Giddens at Hardcore Homecoming number 2. Yes, 2009's Hardcore Homecoming 2. This match was really amazing. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. This match has actually been shown to us on full, so it's not like, you know, I'm not going to show footage, but, you know, this match was a really well put together match. The storyline had been built up at the first October show of 2009. Alex G had turned heel against Old School Giddens and joined to make the Great Divide. So, it's a perfect build-up already, and the payoff is ultimately very rewarding, and it actually does help a lot that this match was very brutal. Old School Giddens gets busted open in the middle of the match, And I don't know, I think maybe now they might fake a little bit of blood, but you know, back then they were actually losing real blood, so that's always a, I guess, a plus, but it's never really a plus. But in all seriousness, many highlights of this match I still remember to this day. I remember Old School Gittens being set up on the table. Alex G, I mean, jumps off the top of the roof and hits him with a splash through a table. When that didn't do anything, Old School Gittens did a choke slam like maneuver to Alex G crashing through a table. Alex G had hit an, I guess, Austin G's now grenade, but he hit an attitude adjustment onto, not Osiris. He hit it onto Old School Gittens. Why am I forgetting the names? He hit it, and it fell right through a glass table. The ending was a very good conclusion to the match. It was a very really good match. The only reason it's put lower on the list is because he lost, so, you know, that's just something to note. But, you know, that's something to know. Anyway. Number 8. Number 8. Alex G and Dick Dominic versus Osiris and Aztec. This was the 2013 summer match, and holy shit, you know, it's pretty much a summer match from 2013. This match was a very, very decent match, very well put together match. I believe that this was, you know, it did, near the ending, I'm putting this one lower because the ending got a little slow, and it felt like, you know, they needed to, like, hype the crowd up sometimes in order to get, like, a good reaction from the crowd. But it was overall still a very decent match. It was still well put together. It was still well, you know, executed, and, you know, there's not much else to say about it. It was a fantastic match at Fant, but yeah, there was not much else to say about it. It was decent, but it got a little slow at the end, so that's all I'm going to say. Number 7, Alex G versus Wicked J at WrestleFest 1. Do I even need to say this, even especially for their early day and age, where at this point they didn't even have a referee, they had the crowd counting 1, 2, 3, and multiple different, you know, they had their new location. Do I even need to, like, explain, like, this match? The hype of this match, it created some of the most iconic imagery, Jesus, in ESW history. Wicked J jumping off the trampoline, hitting a leg drop. Wicked J getting suplexed through like a fucking shelf. Alex G getting face crushed onto a shelf. Alex G jumping off the trampoline for a splash. And then the ending of it all was Alex G, you know, making Wicked J tap out like that. By the way, rest in peace, Wicked J, so, you know, that's always something to say. But put this one lower on the list because the match still has its flaws. Especially there's one moment where they literally start yelling at him. I think Alex starts yelling at a man because he has his sunglasses on and the sun's not even out. I mean, it was funny and all, but it clearly looked like the sun was out. So, yeah, pretty much that's you know, that's number 7 on the list. And I hope you guys, you know, tell me what you guys think of these matches down in the comments. I'd like to see what your favorite Alex G matches in ESW history are. So, yeah. Number 6, Alex G versus Austin G versus PL3 at From the Backyard to the fucking Ring. This was, yes, their first ever event that they did at the Ring, and they said, you know what, we're making a film, which, by the way, guys like us, it's a pretty decent film. I've watched it, but in all seriousness, they said they would come back for one more event, you know, in the ring this time. They're not going to be on the trampoline anymore, and this match was a stellar match. I give it only the 6th spot because this match would have been better if their technical difficulties didn't, you know, get through there. It was a very hot, they said it was a very hot summer day in the middle of June, and, you know, they had technical difficulties. The heat waves were very hard to work with the cameras. They probably had to work overtime because they were in heat or something like that. I don't know. But the match was still overall phenomenal. It had many great, you know, stelling moments throughout the entire thing. PL3 gets, like, slammed, like, head first into a chair. Alex D ends the match with not 1, but 2 altercations onto a thumbtacked board to Austin G, and that was great because, you know, usually he doesn't really use the altercation. At least at that point, he wasn't using the altercation a lot. He was ending matches different ways, but, you know, that's all I can say for now. Coming in at number 5, we have Alex G versus Austin G at WrestleFest on ESW Shockwave. Yes, I think this might be the very first Shockwave match I said, I don't remember, but this was a fucking stellar match. I watched this match when it first, premiered back, when I don't remember when it was. I think it might have been March, but at first I didn't like the match. I had a really big problem with the match, mainly because Alex G didn't win. But now, looking back on the match and Season 3 as a whole, the match was fucking amazing, fucking phenomenal. It was executed perfectly. There was barely anything wrong. The only thing I guess I can see why I placed it lower is because there's a moment where Alex G, I think spit comes out of his mouth, and that's disgusting to look at. Don't ask me why I put this lower because of that. I just don't like seeing that. It had a really, really jaw-dropping ending when Alex G's about to tap out. He's about to do what happened back in 2013. Do you think it's going to be the same thing? It's going to be a rehash? No. Maddie comes in, hits him with a clipboard. Grenade by Austin G. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. In a way, I wasn't happy with the conclusion, but then again, when I look back on it, I think the conclusion works because, it's not a rehash of many things. And, it makes sense because you think, oh, the new is not going to win this battle. No, never mind. They actually do win this fucking battle. But you get what I'm trying to say. God damn it, Win, stop blowing at me! Coming in at number 4, we have Alex G versus Wicked J at ESW's Evolved. And this was the 2016 event. Not a very memorable one, I will say. The only thing I remember was this match. But it still doesn't excuse the fact that this was still an incredible and emotional match. And, God damn it, Wind! Jesus, I can't stand the wind. Back to what I was saying. This match probably hits closer to home for me because not only was this Wicked J's final match, but it's always kind of a blast to see Alex G in his bloodline form fighting against, ESW. God damn it, Wind! I swear to God, Alex G, book a match between me and the Win when I come to ESW. I can't take the Win anymore.
LOL, I have corona.
But in all seriousness, this match was a hard-hitting, very emotional match, especially mainly because it was Wicked J's final match in ESW before he had tragically passed away. But nonetheless, it was still phenomenal, to say the least. Number 3, Alex G and Austin G versus Osiris and MOD. I know. I've asked Alex this question himself, spoiler alert. He says this is probably the best match that they've had, at least he's had in his career, and I'm so mad that this isn't ranked lower, but I think the next 2 matches, they hit a much closer target for me. They slapped much harder. But that doesn't change the fact this match is still fucking amazing. This match really hit the heavy beats that the story was going through, with Osiris MOD attacking Austin G, and then Osiris talking shit, then Osiris attacking their father, and then Alex G saying, no, I'm coming out of retirement, I'm making history, and it all led to this amazing conclusion, an amazing ending as well, when Austin G jumps off the scaffold and Alex G off the trampoline. Such a great conclusion, such a great ending. This match really hit hard for me, many iconic moments, it's too powerful, man. I'm sorry, it's way too powerful, but it was still a phenomenal match, and this is some of the wrestlers' favorite matches in ESW history, but, and it's Alex's favorite, but it's my number 3 on the list. Number 2. At number 2, we have Alex G versus Austin G. A lot of these are probably the same competitors that you're fighting against, but that's just my opinion, bro. It's just my opinion. These are my opinions. But yeah, we have Alex G versus Austin G at Birthday Bash 3, at Hardcore Kids Birthday Bash 3. This one, I wanted to put this one number 3. This one, I was on the edge of my seat ever since the very start. I was thinking to myself, please do this, please do that, and, this match was phenomenal. After you thought one thing happened and then the match would have been over, no. And then you have another thing, you have another, altercation, grenade, nose breaker, onto thumbtacks. and then a fucking neutralizer. Yeah, he stopped using the neutralizer, but he hit the neutralizer. And then when Alex G put him on the table, he missed the splash. No, only 2 count. And Austin G tapped out overall for Alex G to win the World Heavyweight Championship. Did my phone just fall out of my fucking pocket? But yeah, this was a non-stop, you know, thrill ride for me, at least in this match. And I was so convinced, like, I wanted to put this match at number 1. But the only reason I only have it at the number 2 spot is because audio-wise. If you listen to the match, it's literally, I guess you want to call it ear-rape the movie? We can call it ear-rape the movie. But the match is still phenomenal. It's just, I wish we could have gotten the HD angle of it, where the audio isn't as loud. And, you know, we can understand some of the things they're saying. We can hear the crowd's reaction to certain moments. But yeah, but it's still number 2. It's still a phenomenal match, and it's amazing. Number 1, the number 1, in my opinion, best Alex G ESW match of all time, Alex G versus Wicked J at the final ESW event in 2011. What am I supposed to say? Flawless. That's pretty much it. Flawless. That's the only way I can describe this match. Flawless. Everything is hit on cue. The acting, especially, you know, when Wicked J is powerbombed onto the thumbtacks, he sells it really well. That's probably because it does her. Alex G off the trampoline, front flip, and he misses and lands on the thumbtacks. Just non-stop. It was almost like a lot of these moments were paying tribute to what they did in the past. Especially the one moment where they place a board on the trampoline and it pays homage to the fucking match that they had back at WrestleFest 1. They bounce and then they collide with each other on the trampoline. That was such an iconic... It's almost like they want to recreate that for their final match. Or at least, quote-unquote, final match. But this was still a phenomenal match. And the ending, like, Jesus Christ, when Alex G is standing at the top of the scaffolding and he looks at the audience looking at him as he's about to jump off a 15-foot scaffold and basically, quote-unquote, end his career. And then it's funny when Wicked J just screams, "Just fucking do it! Just fucking do it!" And then Alex G jumps off the scaffold, hits him with the splash. 1, 2, 3. Just phenomenal way to end this match. A very emotional way to end the match. I've had shed a tear at the moment, and that tear just, oh my god, it literally, my tears became waterworks after Wicked J had gotten up and they'd had one final hug, and he holds his hand up in victory. Just, oh god, just thinking about that match was very, very hard. Very hard to look at, because this match was just nonetheless very hard to watch, but at the same time it's very easy to watch because you get emotional every time that ending comes around. And that was my top 10 favorite Alex G matches in ESW history. Go ahead, tell me what your guys' favorite match is in the comments below. Tell me what you guys thought of the matches that I had. Tell me what you guys think of other things in ESW. You guys want me to do a top 10 best Austin G matches, top 10 best Wicked J matches, anything like that. Just maybe top 10 best ESW matches in general. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say for this video. I'm gonna leave now. One more time, Alex G, want to wish you the happiest of birthdays, the most hardcorest of birthdays, pun intended. And yes, today is September 18th. It's Alex G's birthday. I came out here, wanted to give him a little birthday gift. And like I said, I got in contact with him, and he said, you know, I asked him if he would like to do an over-the-phone interview. He said he's busy, but, you know, who knows? Maybe he won't be busy. But maybe we might get the over-the-phone interview on just, you know, on Sunday, possibly Monday. Who knows? Depends on how long it'll take me to edit. It's not 100%, but hopefully I get to do that with him, because that'd be amazing. You know, probably one of my personal favorite, one of the best ESW wrestlers in the entire company, because he created the damn thing. But overall, thanks for watching, guys. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what's your favorite ESW match, favorite Alex G match, what are all that BS that you know of. And make sure, you know, do all this stuff, you know, with the notifications, because hopefully those still work, because hopefully YouTube hasn't taken them down. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.